Today in Sausalito is 61 degrees Fahrenheit with 15-mile-an-hour winds and 91% humidity. Today is also Saturday, August 8th, 2020. And this is Marin Park in Sausalito off of F-Tide and Bridgeway Avenue. Here is a recreational facility where you got a playground area, softball, you can play basketball, there's a dog park if you have a dog, and many other activities. So we're going to continue our journey on Bridgeway going northbound. Now, Martin Luther King Park also has parking options that are right on F-Tide Street, which again is adjacent to Bridgeway. Also, this is adjacent to the dog park. So again, as I said earlier, if you have an animal dog, it's a great place to take your dog. And here's the dog park. As you can see, there are several dog owners that are interacting with their dogs as well. So again, if you're an animal lover, this is a great place to take your dog. Here's the entrance to the dog park. They do have several rules in regards to excessive barking as well, so you might want to adhere to the rules, and also the hours of operation. And you see also there's numerous cycling options as well, and that's what makes Bridgeway so special. As I mentioned before, it's an excellent opportunity for some excellent cycling options. So we will continue along Bridgeway Avenue, as I said earlier, heading towards Tiburon. Now there's also public transit options as far as getting to Sausalito from San Francisco. And then when you get here, as you see, there's more public transit options within the city of Sausalito if you want to also go over to Tiburon, and as I said earlier, take the ferry back from Tiburon to San Francisco. Now Bridgeway also has a bike path, which is kind of nice. A separate lane adjacent from the main street, exclusively for cyclists. Now we are approaching the actual Bay Trail, which is great for cyclists as well as joggers, hikers. That's pretty much the end of Bridgeway. But the same token, the trail is adjacent to the highway entrance. As I said earlier, if you're driving into Sausalito, park in Sausalito, observe the adventures of Sausalito, and then continue on the highway here over to Tiburon. Or as I said earlier, you can, if you're cycling or hiking, continue along the bike path here, which I'm going to show you. That's going to take you up to Tiburon Boulevard, and then from Tiburon Boulevard over to downtown Tiburon. And here's the Sausalito Harbor Center, where you can stop and have a sandwich. They have a grocery and deli area, and there's also a restaurant area as well. So it's a great way to take a lunch break as you explore the Sausalito bike path. Now here's Mike's Bikes, which is located right along the Sausalito bike path. It's a great place to go if you're running into bike problems and you need bike repair and a cycling repair. I wasn't able to confirm whether or not they provide rentals, but certainly in terms of maintenance repair on your bike, this is a place you might want to check out. Now just off the bike path is the Floating Homes, which is a nice community of homes that are right along the water here. And what's funny about them, they do offer public tours like once or twice every other year or so, and I attended one several years ago. It's a great way to learn about the people who like to live on the water. Okay, continuing along the bike path, you see the fog is coming in today off the Golden Gate, so it's a little bit windier today, so you might not hear me as clearly as in other film casts, but nevertheless, it is a little breezier today than usual. And here's more spectacular views of the Floating Homes, which are right along the water. which really is very, very nice. More views of the floating homes along the bay. Now you see that mountain there, straight ahead is part of Mount Tamalpais State Park. And I'm going to feature that in a later film shoot where you can actually drive and or hike up to the top. When you get to the top, the views of the bay are absolutely spectacular. But we'll get to that with another film shoot. Views of the bay, which is really spectacular. And the homes in the background are part of the Belvedere Island, which is one of the most expensive real estate property in the Bay Area. More views of the bay with the sailboats and the floating homes in the background. Now, here's the launch pad area or boarding area for the seaplane tours. And these seaplanes are able to provide spectacular views of the San Francisco Bay, and also they can go underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. Take you all above around Alcatraz, along Ocean Beach, and many other tourist-related areas. So if you don't mind flying in a plane, then check out the seaplane tours. The boarding area for the seaplane tours. So Terra Outdoor Living provides furniture for living outdoors. Now here's one of the stops for the Muir Woods shuttle that takes you down into Muir Woods, but as you can see, no service is offered today, which is Saturday, which is a little surprising considering that weekends is usually the time that the service is provided. But nevertheless, this is another way how you can visit Muir Woods. Continuing along the bike path, which is part of the San Francisco Bay Trail, as we approach Mill Valley. The bike path. Now here's the Muir Woods shuttle stop. We saw one earlier up the hill, up the street, but this area is the main area for where the shuttles pick up and drop off at as they head to Muir Woods. Okay, here's a sign indicating where you're at in relation to the shuttle stop. So this area is also a place where you can park. So it's a great parking option along the waterfront, along the bike path, which is ironically adjacent to where the river is and bay is. Continuing along the walk path Bay Trail. Now the bike path walking trail goes underneath the Highway 101. As I mentioned earlier, Highway 101 is if you're driving into the area, it's going to take you from Sausalito over to Tiburon. If you notice how the fog is coming in off the Golden Gate, that is from the Golden Gate Bridge, but it only comes in so far depending on how warm it is within the East Bay, because it starts to burn off as the fog comes in further inland. As you can see, although foggy along the hills, as you move towards the inland valley, let's say towards Tiburon, no fog. Now here's another trail just off the Sausalito bike path trail that leads towards Muir Beach along the Tennessee Valley Road. Continuing along the Sausalito bike path, you see this little bridge taking you over the river. Here's a resting area along the Sausalito bike path. The Highway 101 bridge going north-south to and from the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, here's a trail just off the Sausalito bike path that leads you into the wildlife area where you might be able to do some bird watching. So let's check this trail out. Continuing along this wildlife trail. The wildlife trail offers yet more views of the river bay along with the views of the Highway 101.